The land of Dilmun is shrouded in mystery. It is the location where the Sumerian creation myth takes place and begins. It is the site where Enki meets the earth goddess Ninhursag, and also the location where the flood myth's legendary hero Utnapishtim goes to spend eternity amongst the gods. Many scholars agree that the basis of the book of Genesis may have its roots in the Sumerian creation mythology, and if this is the case, then the land of Dilmun may serve as an important proposed location for the legendary Garden of Eden that is significant to Abrahamic religions. Two full copies of the legends of Enki and Ninhursags have been uncovered, one found in Nippur, the other found in Ur. In the myth, the goddess Ninhursag complains to Enki that the city of Dilmun is lacking in water, and as a result, Enki makes the land rich, and it becomes a prosperous wetland that is suitable for agriculture. Following Enki and Ninhursag's completion of the waterworks in Dilmun, Enki and Ninhursag had a child, Ninsar. Ninsar grew up fast, and Enki saw her and slept with her as well, resulting in another daughter, Ninkura. Enki spots her as well, growing fast, and has another child with her named Utu. Enki sees Utu and attempts to impregnate her as well, but Ninhursag retrieves the semen out of Utu and plants it into the ground. From this ground grew a plant rapidly, and Ninhursag fed it to Enki. As a result, he was cursed, and from these self-impregnations, new gods were born. Ninhursag curses Enki, and it is the begging of Enlil through the fox which only makes Ninhursag change her approach, which allows for humanity down the line to be born, since Enki is the god of humankind. Dilmun remains the center of the gods, and it is only in Eridu that they build the first place for humankind to exist in, to work for the gods. This city has indeed a significance in the mythology of ancient Sumer. Identifying Dilmun's exact location would be highly important for the development of Sumerian studies and Mesopotamian studies, as it may serve the foundation to the large and rich history of the Sumerian cultures and Mesopotamian cultures. One suspected location for Dilmun is in Bahrain. Bahrain is known for being the land where two waters meet, indicative of the Dilmun city. When saltwater meets freshwater, it creates a visual rift that appears as though there is two different types of water on the surface. In reality, this is only the place where the majority of the fresh water mixes with the salt water, becoming mostly salt water at that point. Silty water from the Tigris and Euphrates River mixes with the seawater of the Persian Gulf around the area of modern-day Bahrain to create this illusion. The silt that is generated from the rivers within the Persian Gulf basin, the Tigris, Euphrates, and the Mand rivers, all bring a high silt content to the area around Bahrain. Many archaeological discoveries have been made on Bahrain, and due to the fact that the seawaters may have shifted over time, it is unclear what is still underwater and what is above water. Therefore, further underwater archaeology must be conducted. Bahrain is the site of an artisan natural aquifer, which has been the lifeline of its water supply for many, many millennia. Natural groundwater was considered holy in ancient cultures, from the Harappan civilization to the Sumerians, and Enki was associated with pure water and clean water. groundwater was seen as one of the most sacred forms. Clean water is necessary for plants to grow. That is why in the Sumerian mythology, fresh water is often associated with fertility, being the reason why Enki is often associated with both fertility and water. In the Sumerian, the concept of Abzu is the underground waters from which all life stems. If the island was producing fresh water and going into salt water, it would then make the illusion of the saltwater divide seen earlier. What has already been identified in Bahrain is even more spectacular. Thousands of burial mounds have been uncovered that are the resting place for many ancient peoples. My hypothesis is that the location of Dilmun in Bahrain served as some kind of center for burial rituals and rites. Enki tasks Utnapishtim to build the boat that will help him survive the flood, and following the flood he is given immortality to live on Dilmun amongst the gods. Gilgamesh comes to visit Utnapishtim to seek immortality. Perhaps these ancient burial mounds can be described by the same idea as what was had in Gilgamesh's mind, that the land of Dilmun was somehow a sacred place that held the key to immortality. The concept of being buried on ancestral lands is not an uncommon practice. If Utnapishtim is the patriarch of all of humanity, as Noah was in the Bible, the burial mounds and the desire for ancestral burial make sense. These mound burials are similar to the ones found in the Eurasian steppe, known as the kurgans. The kurgan hypothesis predicts that the Proto-Indo-European people all immigrated from north of the Caucasus Mountains. These similarities between the Yamnaya burials and the burials of Dilmun may indicate a connection between a long-lost ancient civilization, like in the tales of Noah's Ark. These burial mounds are common throughout Eurasia and are the precursor to the modern European burial style. Another similarity between Sumerians and Yamnaya people was the use of bull worship. Bull worship was important to these cultures, and the symbols of a golden bull are often the same. They also are a symbol that gets passed down to other cultures later on. The Dilmun bull head may be an example of an original bull head design that further indicates a correlation between Indo-Europeans and the people of Dilmun. Bull horns may also be symbolic to the headdress of the gods, like the one worn by Enki. This video only gets into the spiritual importance of Dilmun to the ancient Sumerians. It doesn't talk about the economic might Dilmun had, being at the center of the trade between the Harappan world and that of the Elamites and Mesopotamians. The land of Dilmun and its significance remain shrouded in mystery. Will we ever know the truth of what happened? Maybe. But for now, it is important to just continue doing archaeology around Bahrain in order for maybe more discoveries to be made, hopefully underwater. Thanks for watching. This is Stanislav Smirnov. Have a great day.